Wait, Riley, what are you?
What do you mean?
We're all dressed up. We got John Photos, Theodore, Chipmunks themed, yeah.
When was I didn't realize we were chipmunks themed. I thought.
Do you not check Slack?
I mean, well, I didn't know we were. Okay, then if we're chipmunks, that's it. I'll be Alvin because I'm wearing red already.
Right,
so.
ready. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
I'm already Alvin.
Well, can't you? Do you have like, what shirt are you wearing underneath?
I don't got a shirt.
Bro! I will say, I could also be SpongeBob. I brought the Bob socks today.
Oh.
Huh? What do you think of that?
That's...
Okay, I get it. Maybe not up to your speed. How about Patrick, the Rick?
Riley, are you serious?
I could be both. We'll double us friendship. Well, I didn't know I had to dress up or something. Okay, wait. So... what are we missing? We have Alvin. Okay, you can be Alvin, fine. Mm-hmm. We have Theodore.
Yep.
You're John Photos, right?
Yeah.
Can we have two Alvins?
No! Riley, we have Slack for a reason. Riley, you dressed up last year.
Yeah, well...
you dressed up as Stuart Little.
Wait, I'm having a vision. Check this out. Low key, like... He could be Simon.
I guess
he could be Simon.
Yeah. So that leaves the question: what? Oh. He said, "Oh,
no. Bro."
So, Riley, what are you?
I don't know. I don't know what I am.
Cosplay, vendors, gaming, live-action roleplay, and even a maid cafe? On April 17 to 19, the College of DuPage's Sci-Fi, Fantasy, and Gaming Club, along with the Anime Cosplay Club, hosted their 29th annual CODCON, the ultimate center for the COD community to nerd out and band together in celebration of their specialized niches, passions, and fandoms.
But it ultimately begs the question, what is it about these niche interests that excite people to gather for events like this in celebration of these passions? To find out, we're busting out the fun hat. Hat, please. And applesauce. Wait, and applesauce to set out to CODCON to unpack this cultural phenomenon, all complete in costume. Well, for most.
All right, chaps, we're here at CODCON for this next episode of Courier MOTS. We got the funny hat and the trusty MOTS applesauce as usual. This is our second time being here, and yeah, let's just head on in and see what they got going on this year. I see you got this wonderful sketch commission stand over here. Is this your first time setting up base here doing these wonderful commissions, or how long have you been participating here at CODCON?
At CODCON, this was my first year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all I've done, like a market or two or three-ish beforehand that have been like kind of smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But this has by far been the most successful event that I've tabled at. And then what would you like to draw on?
That's a good question. I'm trying to unpack who and what I'm supposed to be. So maybe a sketch of myself, and then we'll try to decipher what character I am for this year's CODCON. Real quick, because this is Courier MOTS, we need a little shot of the MOTS applesauce, you know, just for for marketing purposes. For people looking to get into art, but it's something they struggle with, you know, what piece of advice can you give them so they can become more confident in their own artworks? Because it could be very discouraging.
It definitely can be, especially now in the age of generative AI, which, boo, AI sucks.
Boo.
I hate AI. Generative AI. Yeah, it's a cliche piece of advice, but to just draw, you know, as much as you can, even if you think, God, this looks like shit. You go through these, as an artist, I should probably be drawing at the same time as I'm talking. As an artist, you go through these phases where you're like, everything I make sucks butt, but you just kind of gotta push through That's what it is you got to push through that feeling and try to look for what is it about the piece that is not working for you, instead of just, this doesn't look good. Well, what about it do you not like? You got to be able to critically look at your art, but also not too critically. You also got to be gentle on yourself, especially if you're a beginner. You know, draw stuff that you love, that brings you joy. I especially love drawing like anime characters and stuff like that. That's something that brings me a lot of joy. It's always fun to look at a piece of like a character that I drew years ago and like draw it again. To be able to see that level of improvement physically is really fun.
And this is no pun intended whatsoever. But what is it about art that has you so drawn to it?
Boo, the pun was intended. The ability to make literally whatever you want. The country at large is moving at in a very Puritan direction, and I see that a lot within art communities as well, of people policing what art can be made, what art shouldn't be made, what art is too grotesque to make. Artistic expression is kind of being controlled almost, especially online, of, you know, this is okay to make, this isn't okay to make, everything is okay to make, as long as, you know, it's not a hurtful depiction of a real person or a, you know, hurtful ideologies being promoted. I think any art has the right to exist. It's a way for people to express themselves, express their opinions, and express their feelings, or just express whatever, you know? And it is a form of free thinking. And so what you'll see in a lot of those like fascist governments is that they would go after art first that they deemed inappropriate. Certain governments don't want that sort of free thinking. And so it's important to keep creating and to keep making the art that you love, keep making the books that you love, whatever that form of creative expression is. Keep being creative and keep thinking, because that's what it is.
You're here at CODCON, you know, wonderful turnout I'm seeing this year, especially fans of particular media, artists, you know, people just willing to, there's like the trend on TikTok, you need to nerd out, people wanting to just nerd out unapologetically.
Yeah, and that's exactly what CODCON is. It's just nerding out unapologetically. If you go in there, they're playing a lot of like board games. There's at a table at the back there, I think they got like ancient and medieval board games and stuff like that. There is a wonderful community here. You know, obviously I've been coming here and like working at the convention itself for multiple years, and then now working not for the convention, but still here. The community is wonderful. Everybody is so nice. All the, you know, like the artists and vendors that I've talked to have been awesome, very friendly. All the staff are very friendly, and a lot of friendly attendees too. Yeah, it's just a lot of great people is what keeps me coming back. And then also a lot of great art. I still need to peruse the rest of the artists. I haven't had a chance to yet. Now I am done. All right. Here you are.
Awesome. Oh yeah, you got the little mic. That's so awesome. Oh, look at, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Star Wars. Riley, look, it's Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Star Wars.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, I thought it was.
Wait, I don't know this reference. What's the 3 fingers? Is that the Hunger Games?
Sonya's working.
Oh my god. Dude, is this Sonya? Is this Sonya Mirza?
This is a place for all my books.
Sonya Mirza and her future cat.
Sonya mentioned?
Hi, Sonya.
Oh.
I see you.
I mean, Sonya's not here, so it's like maybe I could dress up and be Sonya. That's my costume for today.
Oh, right, that's reaching. You're reaching.
Yeah,
We just got done looking at the main area of CODCON, and now we head to the other section of CODCON, video games, Maid Cafe, and warping. Bless you, Riley.
Thank you.
I do have a question. Why are you carrying that thing? Bowl of applesauce.
But yeah, Riley, what are you holding?
Rome is the lore. MOTS. Man on the street. The man on the street.
Oh, we got the video game room.
This is peak. This is the Hatsune Miku game.
On the
Yo, I need to hop on the. Oh, on the three.
On the 3.
This is El Tres.
No, El Cuatro. Like,
Wait.
hold on, El Cuatro.
El Cuatro.
Yeah, El Cuatro.
It's El Tres.
I have.
Oh, I'm already missing. This is so hard. Oh my god. Wait, I don't know how to play this. Wait.
I think we just.
He did not meet us. You know, Riley, you were close. You were close.
So you're holding this wonderful thing of MOTS applesauce. Tell me, are we big fans of applesauce or the MOTS brand, or are we a Welch's kind of person?
I don't really eat applesauce.
Oh, all right. Do you mind holding the wonderful applesauce? Gotta represent the Courier MOTS, you know. Just gotta. Natty. So you're here at CODCON in this wonderful cosplay, by the way. Would you mind telling me what this cosplay is of and where it's from?
I am the Radiance from Hollow Knight.
Mm-hmm. Would you say Hollow Knight is your favorite game, or why did you decide to, I guess, dress up in this particular character?
I've beaten the whole game. I've done Pantheon 5, and I really like the final boss, which is, as you can see, this.
How long have you been attending conventions? You know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be limited to CODCON, but I know Chicago also does C2E2 and whatnot. But
Yeah, I did attend C2E2 a couple weeks ago, but I've been going to conventions probably since I was a kid, and I really like to attend the furry conventions.
Do you dedicate a lot of your time and invest a lot into doing cosplays? Because you have a really cool setup thing going on over here. So how long did this, I guess, take for you to set up?
This costume took me about 3 weeks to make. I mostly do the heads, but this is my first time doing like a full body costume.
What can you say about the community you've experienced throughout all the conventions you've been to?
I really like interacting with other people and making new friends here.
I have a question.
What's up?
How does the process of building and like creating your own like cosplay uniform, like how does that?
I designed everything in Blender. The helmet is 3D printed that I covered in fur, and this lovely name here was, I patterned it in Blender, and I printed out the paper pattern and traced it onto foam, which I then covered in fabric.
That's really cool. What's Blender? Oh yeah.
Wonderful hat.
Oh, thank you.
Like,
Oh yeah, hold on. You gotta hold the purse. Hold my poodle. Hold my poodle. Hold my poodle. I'm not too familiar with Blender, so if you don't mind explaining a little bit about what that exactly is.
It's a 3D modeling software that is open source and free to use. I actually got into 3D modeling through using Blender because it's very accessible and there's plenty of great tutorials on YouTube to learn it.
So how did you get into creating your own cosplays?
I really like making bird costumes, and there weren't enough people making prefabricated parts for bird costumes. So I taught myself how to 3D model so I can make my own bird costumes.
That's really cool.
did you have any last minute comments, questions, things you wanted to share with our audience?
I am not Mothman.
You heard it here. They are not Mothman. They are, you said, the final boss in Hollow Knight, right?
Yes.
They're the final boss in Hollow Knight. Maddie, you inspired me to get Hollow Knight today. And
Do not start with Silk Song, you will suffer.
I think I'm finally figuring out what I could be at this event. I feel like it makes so much sense now. I understand it. I'm actually Emily.
Oh,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this?
Dude, I might actually just be Riley. So I don't know.
Oh, this is like Freaky Friday. So
Yeah.
who's Jamie Lee Curtis and who's Lindsay Lohan?
Oh, no.
You're Alvin.
Wait, I thought you were Theodore.
I am.
So you can't be Riley then.
I
Does that
guess
mean
not.
I can't be Emily. Aw, here you go.
It was worth a shot.
Ah, LARPing, live action role playing, the ultimate spectacle of our last CODCON video. Despite the casual DIY aesthetic of much of the gear, make no mistake, participating in battle with your foam sword and shield is as immersive of an experience as it can be for a simulated fantasy scenario. You may not really be riding horses, jousting, or catching the plague, but in your heart and mind, you're in a medieval world beyond the limits of your imagination.
All right, guys, we are here with Bob of the North Haven Amp Guard group. If you remember last year, we participated in some LARPing, some sword fighting. A good amount of that video is actually the sword fighting and LARPing, but I digress. We were able to get a word and speak with wonderful Bob over here. And would you mind telling me what setup you guys have going on right now?
I am playing a plague doctor, and therefore, as part of it, I am making potions. To make them, it is just a mixture of glycerine and water, some glitter, and food coloring. And as you can see, it just makes something nice and pretty that I can then wear on my garb for court and off-field purposes.
Now, would you say any of these recipes perhaps could involve some wonderful MOTS applesauce?
If you made these with various flavoring and with various edible glitter, then sure, you could make them with wonderful MOTS applesauce. So we are attempting the first time ever a kingdom versus kingdom raid.
Okay.
We have 26 kingdoms, been around for 40 years, but nobody's attempted something at this scale. The Polaris, which is the name of our kingdom, and North Haven is the name of our park. We will be taking the Empire Builder from Amtrak, from Chicago all the way through to Seattle, and fighting them at their home park in Redmond, Washington. And then we will be taking the train back. So there will be approximately 60 or so of us doing this. We've done fundraising for a year plus. It's been organized by a couple of our members, Broton and Alice. They've been doing most of the work. I'm going, but it's based on their work. So I want to make sure that they get the credit. Doing that is going to be 48 hours on a train with basically a bunch of people with the same geeky hobbies, and then meeting friends that we've had. Some of us have met some of them we've never met before, but we're all friends. We all are there to play a game and have fun. In that spirit of just good competition and good fun, we're going to be having a war, and then afterwards, on Sunday, we're going to get in on the train and coming home. It's been a very, very interesting journey over a year. Bob has been with Amp Guard since '97.
How would one go about joining the group?
Well, you just walk on up and say, hey, what are you doing? How are you doing it? We usually have loaner equipment and gear, so you can get started right away. You can join in with whatever it is that we're doing. Pretty much that's it. But if you come up to us, we're more than happy to say, hey, how are you? If you ask questions, we're happy to answer them and just be very social. Amp Guard is a national community. We are all over the country. Some of the things that we have done over the years is every year we do a food fight, which is driving up food for food pantries, etc. Nationally, we have a competition. We have 26 kingdoms now. Each kingdom is competing to bring in the most. As a community, we pull together. Some of our sister parks that are in Rochester, Minnesota, had 2 tornadoes touchdown. There will be GoFundMes. There will be fundraisers that occur within our membership then to drive stuff for our members that are in need. And that'll come from the friends that you make all over the country through the game as a whole. We all are also very passionate about different things. What is key is, I'm going to quote from Ted Lasso, be curious. Being curious about the other person's interests. That goes back to that community value that every person has value and every person counts and every person needs to be having fun regardless. What do you enjoy? What are you passionate about? Like MOTS applesauce. You're passionate about MOTS applesauce. It would be ideal then for me to sit there as a feastocrat, which is the person who helps organize the food at a large event, to say, you know what? I know Riley. Hey, Riley, how would you like to help by organizing the MOTS applesauce event for us to have as part of it? Bob might not care at all about MOTS applesauce. Bob recognizes that Riley does, and letting Riley express your joy by MOTS applesauce will bring joy to you, which then brings joy to everybody that's playing. it's contagious. Because if you're having a good time, then other people are having a good time, regardless of it. It has nothing to do with the MOTS applesauce. It has more to do with letting you express yourself happily. And that's what we do.
For someone looking or struggling to find things in life they're interested in, what advice can you give them?
Do not let fear stop you. We do a lot of things that we're afraid to do, that we don't do because we're afraid to do it. As I'm standing here telling you this, in a cravat, wearing a long coat, playing with sugar water and colors to make odd little shtick gimmick items to wear, there's no economic value. The return on investment of this is going to be in my enjoyment, my fun, and what I bring to others for them to enjoy and have fun. You just can't let fear stop you. Yes, you will fail at things, but that's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to be told no. And it's okay to turn around and walk away and not get what you want. Maybe it wasn't, maybe you're not good at, maybe something doesn't come natural to you that comes natural to somebody else. That's fine. Are you enjoying it is the key part. And as long as everybody is actually lifting each other up and supporting you, then that brings everybody up. So be curious. Don't be afraid. I learned, I had fun. Maybe I'll help somebody else have fun. Grown man doing that's silly. Okay, don't do it. I'm not doing it for you. It's as hard as that is something that I think as people we need to advance to. Just go find your community, find where you can help lift people up. And if more people do that, I think as a society that'll help bring us together. You're in your 20s. You're learning what life is, where you fit. What makes you you? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? What you need to do, what you want to do in life. And you're discovering the rough edges, leaving family, school, work, job, politics, all the drudgery that we have every day. I mean, turn on the news and there's nothing but bad news. Having someplace and a group of people that have an attitude of you be you and have fun, and I'm here to support you being you. And if you say, oh, life is taking me in a different direction, cool. More power to you. We have members that drop in, drop out based on life events. You have a kid, you get married, you move. But the fact that we're national means that I can go anywhere in the country and go to that local park. And there's a group of people that I've probably never met, but we're already friends.
I think a lot about what Bob said. Perhaps it is the quintessential description to understanding what makes these conventions so special. Many of these attendees may be strangers to one another, yet they share the same, if not similar, enthusiastic interests to one another. It's apparent CODCON and other pop culture conventions across the world are more than just celebrations of niches and fandoms. They're centers for people to find welcoming communities. They're homes for the outsiders of society with passions deemed too nerdy or silly by the mainstream. But as Bob said, you're not doing things, in this case relating to interests, for other people. You're doing it for you. So don't be afraid to do what you're passionate about. And seeing the wonderful attendees enjoying and appreciating each other's approaches to self-expression, I imagine it would be comforting for those outsiders to be welcomed by a collective of strangers that mutually agree on this unspoken idea that they are all friends. Through this idea of maintaining this sense of curiosity and imagination, it not only helps one be a contributing community member, but it helps them understand themselves better as well. I think of this quote from French poet Paul Valéry from his poem Graveyard by the Sea. Translated into English, he writes, "The wind is rising, we must try to live." As difficult as life will be when entering adulthood, it's important to embark on the arguably more difficult journey of self-discovery. Although these self-wants seem inessential, they are crucial to our survival as people. It is through these passions, these interests, the things that bring joy in our lives, that we can feel encouraged to keep on living no matter how high the wind rises.
So,
You already head on back?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Where'd Juan go?
I don't know.
Wait, he was right here. He's just.
What the heck? Well, he's already there. Oh.
He would just.
Well, hi, Juan.
How long he been here?
7 hours. What?
Oh.
I'm like low-key poop. It's been a long day, low-key. But I will say, it might have been a long day, but I think it was a worth it day. Because after speaking with everyone today, I think I sort of started to unpack things, sort of started to realize some things. It's just sort of like, in all seriousness, after working with y'all for all this time, it's like we've developed our own little community here, It's like, we're the chipmunks, as you said, that's the costume theme. We're like, you guys are like my little chipmunks, It's just sort of like Theodore, Alvin, Simon, and I think I finally understand what I am. I think I'm Dave. Like Dave Seville. He's like the papa of all the chipmunks. Or I could be Uncle Ian. I'm not picky as to either. I actually kind of like Ian. But no, I think I'm giving Dave vibes. Like, if I take this off, it's sort of like, you remember from the show, the animated show has I don't have the blue sweater, but he got that long hair and he's kind of brown too. I feel like Dave in the Nickelodeon series, he's like, maybe he's also a bit Filipino, we don't know, but I think I'm Dave. We need to eat the sauce now. Do y'all?
Like 3 years ago or something?
No, this is like this is new sauce. It is. It's the sauce. What do we do?
We can.
No!
Wait, how do?
Oh my god!
So much. Are you okay?
Oh.
You missed applesauce. I dropped the applesauce and it broke. The seal broke and spilled everywhere.
The intrusive thoughts tell me to just grip. Oh. Wait, you can't throw it out. I want to eat it. Sonia, why are you throwing it out? Will we have to eat it?
Why want to eat this?
We want to eat that.
Yes, we.
Put it on the cake.
Bro knows.
Billy have a burrito.
Why would he not have a...
Bro.
Wait, what am I?
John Chipotle.
That's actually very clever.
Dude, high five, Billy.
Are you chugging it like the dude in those videos?
Yeah.
Oh, Batman's chugs. Oh, he's moving.
Getting out of the
Splash the
yeah.
Reposition the angle, actually.
with Jim in the back.
Oh my god.
Refreshing.